Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Just to let you know where I'm at. I'm at the Army-Navy Academy in Carlsbad, California, which is a pretty nice, exclusive place to send your kids if you want to pay a lot of money for an education. But anyway, what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about how I personally purchased a bunch of EOS today. And I want to talk about why I made that purchase. One of the reasons I made that purchase is because I believe in EOS. We're building a DApp on the platform, and I wanted to accumulate as much EOS as we could possibly accumulate. I think right now the price is very, very, very low, very inexpensive. But I'd be buying EOS even if it was more money than it is today, because I'll probably be buying EOS when it's $100 a token and more, because that's how much I believe in the project. I noticed where the Chinese government, or actually a research group that is linked to the Chinese government, actually has picked EOS to be the number one project, or number one blockchain project in the world. So number one blockchain project in the world, Ethereum number 2, Bitcoin number 17. So everybody that thinks that EOS isn't decentralized, as is Bitcoin, or too centralized, isn't decentralized or centralized, Chinese government happens to disagree with you because they think Bitcoin is number 17 and they think EOS is number 1. Now I'm sure decentralization and centralization were two of the issues that they used to determine who was number 1 and who was number 17. So anybody that thinks EOS isn't decentralized, you're arguing with the Chinese government. I don't know. I mean, I don't have probably the greatest resources in the world. I mean, usually it's just me sitting around researching and talking to a few other people. But it looks like with the Chinese government, they spent a little bit of money on this. It took a little time and a little research, because they're recommending something that their government has a real strong interest in. So when the Chinese government says, yeah, we think EOS is the number one project in the world for blockchain, they're putting their stamp of approval on it. And like I say, this is a research group that's linked to the government, but they have an interest in it because it was involved with their department of, I believe it was one of their departments of oh gosh, what department was that? It was like the Department of Industry or Department of Commerce or something like that. So they had a vested interest in researching this, and they did, and they thought EOS was the number one project in the world. Good enough for me to buy EOS. That's a good enough plan for me. I mean, if the Chinese government's behind it, I'm behind it. I don't care. I mean, I don't care what other people say about it. I don't really care about the negative stuff people are saying. It just gives me opportunity to buy more. The second thing that I thought was really interesting today was the fact that Facebook, a good friend Mark Zuckerberg, has reversed their idea or opinion, or their former reversed their former decision about letting cryptocurrencies advertise on their platform. Now they're going to be selected, but they're going to start letting them advertise on their platform. And a ton of other news too. A lot of fiat currencies going into cryptocurrencies, and that's happening all over the world. A lot of people are moving out of the fiat currency, the worthless fiat currency, the fiat currency that has no value, and moving into something that is unencumbered, trades anywhere in the world, digital, works over the internet, and doesn't have all the baggage of a fiat currency. So like I say, I was a big purchaser of EOS today. I won't tell you how much I purchased, but I purchased a lot of EOS today. And I might purchase even more tomorrow. I'm going to look at what's going on. And with the price continues to go down, I'll continue to be buying, because I'm not interested in the negativity. That being negative is probably the easiest thing you can do in the world. The easiest thing you can do is be negative. That's absolutely the easiest thing to do. You can get up and think everything's going wrong, and that will be the easiest thing you will ever do in your life, because the mind wants to go there. The mind wants to go to how bad everything is and how awful it is, now nothing gets better, and how terrible things are going and everything like that. That's where your mind wants to go. Like I said in a video not too long ago about think and grow rich with EOS, you've got to think and concentrate and focus when everybody else is saying things that you know are negative. You can't buy into it because it's too easy to buy into negativity. And of course, if you don't buy into negativity and you stay positive and you do your research, things turn out well for you. And I'll be making a video sometime in the future. I'll make reference to this video tonight, and I'll make reference to the fact that I bought a bunch of EOS today. And I will be making reference to this video tonight because it'll be me showing people that it was a good buy. So sometime in the future, you're going to see a reference back to this video, how I bought EOS tonight and how well I did on it and how well we did with it. So anyway, that will be coming up in the future, along with my $100 a token party that we're having down at the Dove Coronado in San Diego, California. And a lot of good things coming up, including the release of the Challenge tab. So a lot of good things coming up. You know, and I do read some of this stuff about what's going on with EOS. A lot of people think that there should be more. Actually, I watched my good friend Awakement, Kyle, over in the UK. I watched his video today, and he had some good points. I agreed with some of the stuff he said. Maybe we should have more block producers. Maybe 21 isn't enough. But then again, I don't know if you have more than 21, if you slow down the scalability of it. Maybe it takes longer to get the consensus, and it slows it down. But the idea of having more than 21 block producers is a possibility. I mean, I've thought about that myself. I see some very good block producers that are outside the 21 right now that I'd like to see in the 21. I'd like to see Crypto Alliance in the 21. I'd like to see EOS Nation in the 21. I'd like to see EOS UK in the 21. I'd like to see a lot of them in the 21. And I think the 21 could be bigger. I mean, but then again, I don't know if it affects the scalability or the speed of the project or the speed of building the blocks. I don't know. I don't know. That's stuff you have to weigh and balance. He also brought out another good point about the fact that the language should be changed about inactivity. So if you're inactive for, I believe it's 3 years, your account can be closed and your EOS can be taken. But there should be better language to say it, and I think that should be true too. And also, but maybe the time could be a little bit longer too. But I don't know. I mean, it's all weigh and balancing thing too, because sometimes if you allow people to hold on to something too long inactive, that just ties up resources, and you don't want to tie up resources. So I mean, I listen to all that stuff, and I hear all that stuff, and I think that it's good points, and I think Kyle's very good. In fact, I listen to Kyle's videos all the time. I think he brings out some really good points, and I agreed with his video today. In fact, I give him the great video in the comments, and I know that stuff exists, and I am aware of it. But I also think that with all the stuff that's going on right now, and all the things that are good about this thing, I think that the good outweighs the bad by a long way. And I'm sure Kyle would say the same thing. But anyway, like I said, I'm a big buyer of EOS. We bought some today. I might buy some more tomorrow. I'll have to see how it goes. But I'm putting everything that I can put into it right now because I think it's a great deal. It's a great buy right now, especially given the fact that this project is just getting ready, just getting going. We're just so early in this thing, and they're just kind of figuring out what they need to do in order to make it better, and they'll be making it better every day. So, like I say, I'm a big buyer of EOS, and I'm hoping to buy some more tomorrow. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks very much.